Well, a few months ago, we had the All Sports Awards and Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the RP Funding Center. One of the teams that was saluted there in our Circle of Champions was Lake Wales Softball, and now joining us on Sports Central is the head coach of the Lake Wales Softball team, Mike Settle. And Coach, welcome to Sports Central.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, it's been a few months since you guys won a state championship, and there was two of them because Bartow won as well. Polk County's always been a powerhouse in softball. Talk about now that you've had a little bit of time to, because this was your first, right?
It was my first as a head coach, yes.
Yeah, not the program's first state
title.
No,
it was our third, and I was an assistant on the 2013 state championship team. But my first as a head coach, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It's a little bit different when you're the guy or you're the coach, right?
Yeah, and I come from Lake Wales, was born in Lake Wales, so and graduated from there also, and know a lot of people. So when you live in a small town and you go to the stores and stuff like that, people were excited as we were making our run, and obviously when we won it, it's I'm still on that high, and I don't know if I'll come down until January 22nd when we start the the new season. But yeah, it was a good year for Polk County. We had some teams that it went a long way, and then obviously Glenn over at Bartow, and then us at Lake Wales, we both won it. So that was kind of a neat deal for Polk County softball this year.
Did you guys, I'm sorry, Justin, you played Bartow this year. Did you win or
we
play twice?
We play Bartow every year twice. We split with them this
That's
year.
That's what I thought, yeah.
It was actually my first time beating Glenn. I was 0 for 9, and we beat him this year, and it was a good momentum swing for us. And we play a tough schedule every year. The state had my schedule ranked #1 in all of Florida. Wow. And that prepared us, I believe, to get to the point where we were at. And Polk County always has 5 or 6 teams that we play every year that are always ranked in the top 10 in the state in their classification. So I'm a firm believer of playing the toughest schedule you possibly can, and that should prepare you for the playoffs.
Well, Coach, going back to last season, you mentioned having the tough schedule and the state ranking. You guys were the toughest schedule in the state. Started off a little slow, 500, right, the first half of the year.
Yeah.
Really, what was the turning point? If you think back, was there a turning point you can pinpoint of when the team really turned the corner and you had your sights set on that state title?
The previous year we ended up we lost in the state championship game to Deltona, and we came back out in the fall, the following year, and we knew that we were going to struggle a little bit early, pitching-wise. Our pitcher from the previous year got injured and didn't get to pitch this year. So we had to bring along our pitching, and I knew for a little while that it was going to be tough. But the two pitchers kept fighting and working hard, and I knew that eventually that everything was going to click there. And then once they got the confidence in them, hitting-wise and defensive-wise, we were solid anyway. So I think when we were 8-8, and we had a little come-to-Jesus meeting, per se, and the girls really started buying into what we were trying to do, and obviously the end result was what we all wanted. So
absolutely.
It's funny, you don't know this, Coach, and I'll just tell this on the air for the first time. The All Sports Awards happens in June, but spring sports always push right up against when that event is going to occur. There were so many teams. I think there were 800 plus people at that event this year because we do the Circle of Champions where we honor all high school state championships. And I remember being in my office when you guys won, because it was during the day, I think, and somebody said, Lake Wales just won. I said, at this point, this event's just growing. I'm like, of course they did.
Yeah.
But we were so excited because it's always great, football. Kicking off, the kickoff classics are tonight. Of course, Lakeland won a state championship. Your Highlanders won a state championship over there in Lake Wales. And football gets a lot of publicity in this county, but basketball, boys and girls, softball, baseball, it really is across the board, the level of talent. But I think it also goes back to the coaches that we have in this county that develop talent. It's a credit to you and your staff. What do you think is the one big difference you have seen in your coaching tenure when it comes to the student athletes?
Well, in my sport, the girls are stronger than they were 10 years ago. They're getting in the weight room. We have a great girls weightlifting program at our school. Coach Deshawn does a great job, and a lot of my girls lift weights on that. and they've gotten stronger, and they're starting to play more one sport. And I actually like them to play more than one sport. But with the travel ball and everything, it's 24/7. I mean, I got girls that are playing this weekend and they're playing next weekend. They're playing the game all year round. So talent-wise, I think the talent's a little bit stronger than it used to be, and the girls are just stronger in my sport. I believe a lot to do with it.
Well, going back to Neal mentioning the immense talent obviously coming up through the ranks in high school here in Polk County. I know last season you saw 5 young ladies go on to play or signed to play college softball, correct, from that team?
We actually have 6.
6, okay. My
all
information
6
was
seniors.
incorrect.
All 6 seniors. The last one is going to have an opportunity to play at University of South Florida. Not on a softball scholarship, but she's already enrolled to go to school there, and they're going to give her a look. And I feel pretty confident that Coach Erickson over there will keep her.
Yeah.
So we'll have all 6 seniors are going to play somewhere next year or this year. So that's pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
Pretty cool.
Can you go ahead?
No, please.
I was just going to say, Coach, can you give us kind of an idea of how the team looks going into January?
Well, we had our first fall ball meeting yesterday. We'll start. I run the fall league in Polk County. We have 11 teams, and we'll play 10 games in the fall. I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
All my pitchers are coming back. We have a new pitcher coming in who's a freshman, and we got 6 or 7 returners that'll be competing to take over the spots for the 6 graduating seniors. So I'm excited. And as long as I stay excited about what's coming up, then I feel like we got a chance to compete. So absolutely. I think we're going to be okay.
Cool.
That's outstanding, and again, the coaching and the development, and it's not, there's correlation for a long time. Baseball and softball events being recruited to Polk County for competitive events, that allows for this area to be known for softball, and then you have coaches like yourself and Coach Rutenbar and some of the others. Was it Coach Nancy?
Coach Nancy.
Before,
yeah.
Before that, and just talk about continuity, why it's important, because you look at Coach Rutenbar. Of course, I'm a Bartow guy. It's been well documented on this program. I'm not shy about it, but continuity within the program, because you said you coached there for a long time before you became the head coach.
Yeah.
Talk about why that was important as you learned the lessons from last year, losing the state championship, to then winning the big game this year.
Well, a lot of the credit really does go to our staff, and our staff has been together for a long time. And I mean, obviously Nancy was our head coach for 30 years. She stepped away. I got the job, and heck, within a year I'm calling her back to ask her to be my pitching coach, because she's just a phenomenal pitching coach, and what she does to our program. But I can't do it without my staff. Mm-hmm. And we've been together a while. I got a great infield coach, Lou Morales. Kevin Newth, if you've been around baseball at all in Polk County, you know his name. Great hitting instructor. He's been with me now for 4 or 5 years. So I haven't really had to replace my coaches. We did have one of my former players that told me this year it was her last year. She's got 2 young children, and so she's going to go be a mom, and I respect that. But for the most part, our staff's been together, and we have a diverse staff where we all contribute in our own special way, and it makes it to a very successful staff.
Well, that's outstanding. Coach, thanks so much for your time today, coming on Sports Central, and other than when you play Bartow, good luck next year.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's always a good rival with Bartow.
It is, and no matter what the sport, right?
Exactly.
So, we certainly wish you good luck, and again, congratulations on the state championship.
I appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.